Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Hey Sister. Man, I tell you what, sister, having these this earpiece on's got my hair looking kind of crazy back here. I kind of look like Doc from Back to the Future.
Okay.
It's just not all white. What's up, sister? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just one of those days where you're like, every time you order something from Amazon, you realize you forgot to order something.
Every time you order something from Amazon, you realize what?
You forgot to order something. Hello, Miss Jody.
Yes, thank you for tuning in, Jody, and always being with us on
Always. I'm
time, top
waiting
of the
for
hour.
Jody to come on. Hey,
Yes. So, in typical Hey Sister fashion, whether you're watching it live or in the replay, we ask that you like, follow, share, subscribe. Tell folks we want them here. We want them to join the conversation in the comments. And hey, we have something new to introduce. So, Tabitha Brown been talking about I did a new thing. Well, honey, we did a new thing, and you need to go to the Hey Sister website.
yay!
Woo! Yes. So never miss an episode. Check out the merch. Learn more about us. And yeah, what else you got to say about our website? So shout out to our sister who's been on the show, Jessica, for helping us kind of pull it through, push it through. We've been working, trying to get this done for a while now. And
Mhm.
when you're both working your day job, things get delayed and delayed, right? So what you think?
Yeah, like you said, shout out to Jessica. She is just such a talented person in so many different areas. So I'm excited for everyone to check out the website and let us know what you think. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or thoughts, let us know. And
Yes,
sister,
for
last
sure.
week you fussed at me because I didn't say, "Well, how you doing, sister?" So how are you doing, sister?
Ooh, child. Well, that wasn't last week because last week you was flying back from Hawaii,
That
so
was
you ain't
two
even
weeks.
tell us about
Well,
Hawaii.
we can talk about it tonight. We got time. All
We
right, a
got
little bit.
time. So how am I doing, girl? I am doing good. I rested this weekend. I started cleaning, and then I was like, I'm no longer motivated to do this, so I stopped, and
Mhm.
I was okay with that.
Good.
Um, watching a new PBS show because you know I love a PBS masterpiece show. Uh,
Mhm.
so we're watching Miss Scarlet and the Duke. So it's pretty cool and funny to me, witty, and all the ways that everything Great Britain period dramas are to me.
You do like them.
And I do like them. Maybe in a past life I was
A
part of
Brit,
the aristocracy in Britain. I don't know.
perhaps.
Who knows? I don't
Hmm,
know. Maybe, girl. That
maybe.
we got that European in our bloodline.
Uh, nope. I don't know anything like that.
What you stop the lies? You know you're the one who paid for your mama to get the stuff done. You know you got that European in your bloodline. Look at that hair you got.
Yeah. Well, we
I
all
ain't
have
saying
girls.
nothing.
Anyway,
Uh huh.
so you look like you held it down pretty good last week. It looks like we had a great panel discussion. So shout out to all of our D9 brothers and sisters who were on board last week when I was flying back from Hawaii in celebrating our far western region Founders Day celebration there. And it was a great time. It was much needed. I took a long weekend and I was so happy not to travel with a work computer. I just
Mm-hmm.
haven't done that in so long. Even though you work from home, and I do travel a lot, but I typically have my work computer with me. So it was great not to have it and to just because I had it when we went to South Africa, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
um, so I just enjoyed being able to completely disconnect from some things and catch up with some people and just you know, some folks may or may not know I did an internship in Honolulu when I was a senior at the Southern University, A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and so I was literally a few steps from the place that I used to live, and so just going back and trying to get my bearings, if you will, it was interesting. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, it was a good trip indeed.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that you had that experience and that opportunity. And I mean, how could you not with the beauty of Hawaii? Just being able to disconnect in that space because it is kind of a sacred space.
Oh
Um,
yeah, very
when
much
you get to
so.
the island, I feel that way. So
Yeah,
I've
very
only
much
been
so. I
once,
mean, well, and
but
I have a few more islands to go to, obviously, but just when, of course, we do our Sunday school, and I wanted to get on Sunday school, which at the time was like 5:30 a.m. and it was still quite dark, and we had a really nice room, so I went into the living room area and just recorded the waves crashing,
mm,
and it was just wonderful. It was just like these are the kind of things that you don't get to do often. And I'm just telling you, every time I go to these places, again, I always think about our grandmother and
yeah.
grandparents in general, but our grandmother specifically, and the places been afforded to go, that she never got a chance to go to. But I hope, you know, I'm in some way, I'm carrying her with me, as you
Hmm.
will, if you will. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, all of our ancestors, I
yeah,
believe we're carrying them with us as we explore, and if we're intentional about those moments, because um, to ensure that we kind of reflect and be present, and bring them into the space with us. I know they are definitely, most definitely there. Hey, Miss Sherry, how you doing, girl?
hey
What's
sister.
up? Yes. Look, Jody said she got a personal relationship with her Amazon person.
Yeah, it's interesting. It never fails. So I got more stuff to buy. But anyway, let's get into some of the stories that you want to talk about because I'm amazed. Being taking this social media hiatus, I'm just so not in
Girl,
the
you
loop.
ain't have to be on a social media hiatus to hear about this foolishness. Listen, tonight's topic is feuds and follies. So there's a lot
Sister,
of.
I'm sorry. I got to put you on the spot again.
Oh, I spelled feuds wrong.
You did.
Oh well, hold on. Let me edit that real fast. Hold on. Listen,
Real talk.
child. Listen. Listen. I can't because my production assistant is off for the night. Miss Jody, you better get on her. She don't wait till a party. So my production assistant is off tonight. I'm having to run things myself.
Yes,
It's
I'm not
tough.
being very helpful. So,
Anyway, feuds and follies. That's
yes.
right. We talking about feuds and follies. Honey, listen. They got so much feuding going on. And why do we and usually it leads to a whole bunch of laughter and comedy. That's why the follies are there, because it's like it's so silly at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
sis, first we gonna say Nikki. Now we got two Nickies that are in the news right now. One of them is running for president. One of them is just running her mouth. And which Nikki you want to start with tonight?
Well, let's go with the one running for president.
So we know that the Republicans finally came down to their final two. We got one, Namrata Nikki Haley, who is running for president, and honey, her and Donald J. Trump have been feuding down. And it's so interesting to me because I'm like, sis, you want to wait now to start talking about them bad? Like, you should have been talking about them bad because none of the stuff you talking about now just happened yesterday, chick. Like,
Hmm.
his deplorableness has always been there since he first came down the escalator in 2015. But you still chose to go work for him. So, girl, what you feuding about now? I don't know,
Well,
sis. Sometimes I just be want to say, listen. But let me tell you what got me. And I don't know where the clip is. I couldn't find it again, but I know I heard him say, Nikki, 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 darling Nikki, Prince. I was like, what? Don't conjure up my man's name in your mouth or even in your thought pattern. Oh, sister, what you got to say about Nikki and now her, you know, outward disdain and put down and whatever she's doing, the game she playing. I know you playing the game, sis. You don't believe nothing you saying half the time.
Well, you know, who was on The View the other day that what's the new girl's name again? The
Alyssa?
girl Alyssa, yeah, who also worked for the Trump White House.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, oh, I think it was when Chris Christie. I think it was before he. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, the point is, listen, I guess I'm amazed that all of a sudden these people are like, oh, he's such an awful, terrible. Donald Trump is such an awful, terrible human being. He doesn't deserve to be president. If you incited or help incite an insurrection, that's treason, and you have effectively um, broken your constitutional obligation or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. At the end of the day, it's like, so when did y'all have all these revelations? Because like it looked like this from the day he said he grabs people by the puss. I don't know. I don't like all of it. None of this feels like it's brand new. So I'm just like, when did you all? When did it hit you?
When did you get a conscience? When you know, I mean, maybe they like Paul on the road to Damascus. I don't know. Like they just had a revelation. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what's so frustrating for me with Nikki Haley. It's like you worked for the guy and not for an insignificant amount of time. And you were in a pretty important position. So I'm figuring you had some daily or regular near like let's just say regular interactions with him. When did you decide? I mean, because don't get me wrong, a fan I am not of either, but most of the things that I've seen, he really can't say anything bad about her. So he's just been like, I mean, yeah, she worked, she was in the administration, she was okay. Like he can't say anything bad about her. She's obviously been in politics and government for a long time. So at some, I mean, at very least, she has an idea about how this stuff should go. Now, I'm not saying that she's done it the best. Obviously, if you can't say that the Civil War, slavery had some, was the cause of the Civil War, and if it took, this boy going into Mother Emanuel killing 9 black congregants before you decided that there might be something to that whole Confederate flag thing not being about history, but being about hate. I mean, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe Nikki, it just hits her really late in life. Maybe she's just
Mm.
not the sharpest tool in the shed, and she comes to things a lot later than everybody else. I don't know, but
Girl,
that's my
please.
that's my biggest problem. It's just
I
like
say that's opportunism. But anyway,
yeah.
but did you see, okay, now this is a whole aside because this is not about her, but when the New Hampshire that night or that evening when 145 got the nomination or won that primary and was talking about Nikki and was saying, and to Tim Scott, I don't know, because she appointed you to be senator, and you're endorsing me, and so I don't know what you feel about her. And that person came up to the microphone and said, "But I just love you." Did you see that?
I
Did you
did
see
not.
that,
I did
sister?
not. Jimmy
Girl,
Fox said he just loves Donald Trump.
girl, you gonna have to get on. I'm gonna have to find that for you. Anyway, we're gonna go to this other Nikki while I find that clip for my sister so I can play it so she can see it. Cause honey, when you see that, then all of this you gonna have a whole lot more to say.
Well,
But
listen, just seeing him.
pause, just pause. Don't say nothing because you ain't seen it yet. We gonna talk about this other Nikki.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj has been on a rant for days now. It appears. I ain't read all the rant,
I read
but
enough.
I did hear the song "Hiss" that Megan Thee Stallion dropped and read some of the lyrics. And Nicki's upset. And when Meg was approached by TMZ about who the song about or who, because it seemingly it's about several people and several situations and how, you know, a lot of different things. And but as she said,
Let
hit
me get the
dog will
line.
holler.
Yes, so that's what she said on the Breakfast Club,
Breakfast Club,
basically.
hit dog will holler. Well, the only person who been hollering the most and who now is gonna have a song come out
Right.
is one Nicki Minaj. Now, see, this is what I thought Nicki learned. Cause see, when Remy Ma dropped Sheether on her a couple years ago, girl, just keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you just need to hush. Cause you was over talking about your cousin and wherever, cause he got the vaccine and had his testicles enlarged. Like you don't know what you're talking about. No time. Just hush. Shut it. Anyway,
Well,
what
I mean,
say you, sister? Because
so the line was
his is not as strong as Sheetha though. Because his
his
is
is
cool.
not as strong as Sheetha. Sheetha was, Remy had things. She had some years of prison
Sheetha was
built up.
like look like scalping me, like just So
Yes.
his is not as strong as Sheetha, but his is like basically, I'm tired of y'all talking about me. Keep my name out your mouth. And don't talk about me because if I did it with this dude and it wasn't good, I'm gonna do it with somebody else because I'm gonna do it with somebody who is good. I was like, okay, whatever you do, it's fine with me. I ain't got nothing to say.
Well, the line in question here is these hoes, quote, these hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Um, yeah. So at the end of the day, I mean, like, I don't have a problem with Megan's law. So I don't have a problem with the law. Only people who have problems with Megan law might have problems with the line. And we know that Sister Onika has a husband who has had some problems with Megan's law. But is he the only one? No. So again, as she said, hit dogs will holler because it didn't have to be talking about you. It didn't have to be talking about your man. But I guess you decided it was. And like you said, she's been hollering ever since. I don't know what it is. I just feel like, number one, I like Megan Thee Stallion. I don't like the name Megan Thee Stallion because a
Mhm.
stallion is a horse and it is a male horse, from what I've always been told. And also, you and I had this whole conversation about how in popular culture, people have, and historically, African Americans have been compared to animals.
Mhm.
So I do not like the name Megan Thee Stallion, but I do like the rap artist Megan Thee Stallion. I don't necessarily go out and listen to her music. I don't seek it out, but she's Mother Fitness right now, and I
She is
enjoy
Mother
that.
Fitness and has no legs.
And
Mhm.
she has no legs, and she's in the cloud,
It's just in the
and
cloud.
and she's been working out, and
She clearly been in the gym.
she has, and so I respect that. I respect that she's tall. I love a person who's tall and understands.
Statuesque.
Just yes, and understands what it is to not be able to find pants in your
Length.
appropriate inseam,
Hmm.
in length. Yes. Um, so there are many things about Megan that I like that she's an HBCU graduate. I do. I like these things about Megan. Uh, my issue with Onika is, girl, you literally stole Kimberly Denise Jones's entire steez.
Now, please tell people who Kimberly Denise
Oh,
Jones is
everyone
since they
know
about
who
know.
Kimberly Denise Jones is, better known as Lil Kim.
Do you know? Did you know who Kimberly Denise Jones was, y'all? Let me know now,
Everybody knows who
honey.
Kimberly Denise Jones is. You basically stole her entire steez and like have made a really hefty for. I mean, it's like Rick Ross stealing all of freeway Ricky Ross's life and making a whole career out of it.
Mhm.
I mean, just think about the idea that I can take
And then
somebody
was
else's life.
mad when Lil Kim called out on it, like called them all out on it, and they was it was mad at Lil Kim
Kim, right, and dissing her too. But
and dissing her too.
you have to admit there's a level of privilege to be able to steal somebody else's life or style or whole all the their branding, if you will, and make more money than the original person, and and still be like out here mad at the world. Girl, the world has done you nothing but goodness.
Hmm.
I mean, you literally married somebody who was convicted of raping a 16-year-old.
And he was also 16 at the time, so he was a minor at the time as well. But nonetheless, it does not change the the situation. It doesn't change the conviction. It doesn't change that he has to register when he goes and lives in certain places, and that when they move somewhere and he didn't register, that it
And it triggered him getting
him,
arrested
yeah,
again.
yeah.
And so, but my point is, you have had you've been able to live a pretty decent life, considering, and so it just feels like, why are we creating beefs right now?
This is what I want us to do in the year of our Lord 2024. Let's stop having beefs at all. But Tony, tonight we talking about feuds and follies, and they got some more feuds and follies. So on this, if you haven't seen this weekend's episode of Saturday Night Live, you need to go watch it. It was one of the best episodes to me. The hilarity, the comedy, the timing, the musical performer was one Justin Timberlake. And honey, that is a selfish battle going on the charts right now. So Justin released a new single called Selfish, but the song that he sings with Toby Wigway called Sanctified on Saturday Night Live, fire. Y'all need to go get that. I'm actually go find that and drop that comment in the drop it in our comments so you can take a look. Because let me tell you, that was fire. But since he dropped his new single in preparation for his album and he's going to do a tour, baby, the Britney people, what do the Britney people call themselves? Because we know they got the Beehive, they got the
Spirits,
Swifties, huh?
spirits.
Oh, okay. Well, the
I'm lying.
spirits,
I
baby.
don't know. I'm just
The
making it
spirits
up.
was out, and baby, they was streaming and downloading and pushing that song up, a song that's 13 years old, back into the top 40 records on the Billboard charts to compete with his new release because they don't want him to get no shine. I was like, y'all got that kind of time? I'm
Okay.
assuming.
By the way, I'm learning that it's the Britney. Oh, this is funny. Why was Britney's fan base called the Britney Army and not Spirits? See, all right. Somebody else thought about it too. Spirits. Britney's Army. So the army came for battle.
Yes, they did. They did. So I don't know. I, I don't even know why they don't want to let this man live his life.
Well, okay. I'm gonna be very unpopular right
Okay,
now.
come on, unpopular.
Another one who has seemingly escaped controversy
Mm-hmm.
relatively unscathed.
Yes.
So Britney Spears dropped the whole memoir and said that she was pregnant for him, Justin Timberlake, and was forced to have an abortion. And Justin Timberlake just done came out with an album like ain't nothing. He didn't just reunited with
Super Bowl boob game. Yeah.
yeah, he reunited with NSYNC. They back together again. We about to buy some more. I'm just like, wow. And then of course we know how he did my girl Janet. And I know Janet has forgiven him, so we all must forgive him. But I'm just like,
Janet is
go,
on her Christian thing. She doing what Jesus would do. Okay.
and that's wonderful. But I'm just saying, I am always amazed at who gets the passes versus who doesn't. I mean, like we are in the actual midst of we are in the actual midst of this whole debate about Roe v. Wade. This young lady says she had to have an abortion. He's one of the biggest pop stars around. And the fact that you have um, legislators suggesting or Fox News suggesting that Taylor Swift is being hired by, the Pentagon, and no one said any. And like I thought, sure, there was going to be just oh my gosh, because we love babies. We do not allow abortions under any circumstance. How dare he? I thought he was gonna have some backlash. Nothing. My boy said, "I listen," and didn't even say nothing about it. Was like, keep it
Oh,
moving.
that's the wrong thing. Let me tell you why Justin hasn't had that backlash. Oh, I need to delete this comment because this is the wrong one. Okay, I have to go back. Wrong
All
video.
right, sister,
Sorry.
no worries.
Because my assistant ain't here tonight, so I'm messing up. Messing up. Anyway,
Why?
I'm
Why
gonna
has
tell you
he
why.
gone unscathed? Oh, and let me add, and had us out in these streets thinking that Britney Spears was the one. Like she had cheated on him, she had did him so wrong, she had dragged him down. He up here cried me a river, got the girl walking, and he stalking her in the back, singing to her, and we all like the Britney lookalike. We out here mad at Britney for the relationship. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. He had us up here thinking that this girl did him wrong, and just keep going with his little life.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because what Justin did is what Nicki has not done. He kept his damn mouth shut.
So
He has
therefore, he said, "This ain't a hit dog over here.
so
I
I
ain't
ain't
hollering."
hollering. No. That's why.
Okay.
For the most part, like with the Janet thing, which I don't know how many years ago that's been now, girl, we getting old. Shot he was very elusive. He also was still kind of young at that time, but he's a married man now, got children. And when this stuff, look, we got people saying, do I have to forgive him? And she said God is still working on her. I know God is still working on my sister too. But even when the book came out, like he didn't put out no big statement. He didn't come out and say it. Like it's just been very. Any statement he puts out is very like
He
it.
didn't put out no statement. NSYNC got together and did a song for a movie.
He kept
He
his
didn't,
mouth shut. That's why
and
he's going
fine.
unscathed. That's why he's going unscathed. Girl, if you keep your damn mouth shut, then ain't nobody got nothing to say. Stay in your damn house with your wife. And that's what he did. And now he got a new album coming out. And, you know, it's funny because I was asking my daughter, like, well, what you think about this? He was, and her thing, her big takeaway from like all what she's heard about the book because she hadn't read it yet was really how Britney talked about how he imitated black artists so much. And that was one of her.
Does all the time,
And
yes.
he does, but the brother got it, honey, because he got it on there. Well, I dropped the link in there. Y'all could go watch
He can
Sanctified.
listen. He can
He
even
got
the
it.
song "Selfish." I listen to it. I enjoy Timberlake's songs.
I'm enjoying Suit and Tie
I
because
do,
I'm gonna be on the floor tonight,
but I also am
and I'm gonna
like,
be in a dress he like.
but
He
again,
gonna show me a few things. I'm just saying.
but again, you know,
He from Memphis. That's right. He got it. He got it. He got that little uh.
and again, I hear all that. However,
Let me
comma.
drink my apple cider vinegar water that I'm drinking.
Great. I'm
No
just
tea,
saying,
y'all.
I didn't see, let me just say this. The difference between him and the Robin Thicke, even though he married Paula Patton and she is a little, she got her issues when we saw her make that chicken. But at least Robin wasn't just singing like it. He was like, no, I live this life. This is who I am down to my core. Justin just be pretending with y'all because you see when it hit the fan, just like this Kelsey boy. When it when it came time to it, they pretend so long, and then it's like, gotta go back home now.
But he never
By
left
the
home.
way, yeah, he used to date a black woman.
I that don't mean he left home.
Okay, well, I'm just saying he
He
made sure
dated
to.
because he dated more than one. That don't mean he left home. How about that?
By the way, that's another feud that I got. Did you hear about this? I saw the swag surf happen, but did you see the article? I just saw the headline about swag surf, Taylor Swift, and the new Chiefs victory dance. Let me find that because you know why? That's why. That's why I'm mad at Justin Timberlake because all of a sudden, swag surfing is a victory dance for the Chiefs. That's why. All of it together.
Who said that, girl?
I'm gonna find the article.
Don't no. They. I thought you was gonna talk about Boosie swag surfing by himself at the Pelican game. Boosie was on the sideline doing it for himself. Hey, it was HBCU night, honey. The Pelican game was lit. Clearly, I missed it. I was like, oh, I should have been at that one. Y'all had it going on. But he was swag surfing with himself. Y'all go look that up on Instagram. You're gonna see Boosie doing it for himself. It's hilarious. It's kind of comical. They did not say that though. Who said it? Who said it?
What is I'm about to drop it for you.
Drop it. Drop it
What
so I
is
can put it in the
swag
comments.
surfing? Everything to know about Chiefs viral dance celebration as Taylor Swift, Donna Kelsey participates. Yes. And that's why. Because I get tired of everything. You imitate our stuff, you take our stuff, you play with our emotions, we support you, and then you play with our minds. You ain't about that life to your core. Okay. Then y'all can see it.
Oh, please. Y'all go look this up. I'm gonna have to go look that up in a minute. No, they did not. No, they did not. How old is swag surfing?
I don't know. Editors. Now the editor's note. This article has been updated from its original version with additional context about the origins of swag surfing in Atlanta. So it's been updated now.
When was this damn song released?
I don't know, but it,
2009?
when I saw her do it, yes, swag surfing is a song that was released by the Fast Life Youngsters, or FLY, as part of their debut album Jamboree in 2009. Perhaps most importantly, swag surfing quickly became a quote staple at HBCUs as described by Brianna Younger in the New Yorker. Clearly, this article has been updated because they must have got the clown. This is why I'm saying. So anyway, I mean, Justin Timberlake has great music, but again, we can. It all turns out to be a swag surfing situation.
Like you say, and like the saying goes, they want our rhythm, but they
but
don't
not
want our
our blues.
blues,
Yep.
honey.
And he wants the rhythm, but not the blues.
Child,
That's my thing.
I'm gonna show you this other clip too, because then you're gonna be like, "Whoo, girl, we're gonna talk about that one offline." Child, how old is it? It's old, and we've been doing it for a long time. But they gonna say that's a viral. It's a viral. It's viral now. Stop
Because
the
Taylor
lies.
Swift did it. She did it at the game. And so since then, I
With
guess
Donna.
with Donna. You
Oh
know.
Lord. Anyway,
Anyway,
listen.
I've gotten off track.
We
Sorry.
got off track. We were talking about the selfish battle, honey. But listen, tonight we talking about all feuds and follies, and that is something that is a very big folly. If they had the audacity, caucasity to even write that in the article, and you
And
could
they did.
update the article all you want, but we talking about a song that's 15 years old, and we've been doing it for a long time, huh? Listen, I don't want to do another dance. No
Because the
mo.
next thing you know, they gonna catch this Tamia dance, which is also very old. They gonna catch this Tamia dance and gonna be like, we have no idea why it's called the Tamia dance, but it is. Actually, okay, no, all jokes aside, somebody asked me that the other day, why was it called a Tamia dance? I was like, because of the singer Tamia, the song. They had no clue. Anyway, they didn't know what the line dance was either. So clearly they had been inside. It's gonna be
Okay.
the Tammy, yes.
So I'm gonna have y'all go check out this Instagram page too, and because I saw somebody post this today, saying where do I sign up for this class? I'm just gonna drop it in
Oh,
here.
is that the guy who's doing the class? He says the classical dances.
No,
Oh
y'all just go
no.
look at this
Oh
one.
Jesus.
Hold on, maybe I
It's
just share my.
already, yeah, please. Oh, it already feels fly dance fitness. I think I saw this.
Uh huh.
Let me see.
I don't even have that sound playing, but nonetheless, y'all get the picture.
I blame it on all of you who want to always invite somebody to the damn barbecue.
So, folks, no more wobbling. No more, but y'all know we creative. We can't help ourselves.
We can't. But
And
I
see,
guess
the other thing is they always peeping.
always, because when we were there doing the struts and different things in Hawaii.
Girl, you gotta tell them this story. You gotta tell them this story.
Which one? Oh, about the little Australian girl? Little
Yeah.
Australian girl. We were in the pool and, having fun, sorors, da
Folly.
da
This
da.
is folly, y'all. For real, for real. Now some of y'all sorors would have
Well, we were nice, but we danced and, we strolling, whatever. And baby girl, first of all, whoever she was with, I don't know if that was her brother, cousin, whatever. But he had been filming the whole time. Because, see, that's the other thing. I'm like, they're filming because they're going home to practice. They're like, I'm going to get this. Just, just wait till I show up to the next dance. Okay.
baby, they
So
going back to Australia and y'all gonna see
she
that
came in the
stroll.
pool like this. So the other Sora was
That
like,
was on quite a pinky though.
no, because she hadn't got him. She hadn't got him in there yet. She was like coming over. She was screaming over. Oh no, sorry, Patrice. I think this is somebody else. This is a little girl because she was like, so Sora was like, hey, you can watch, you can look and all that stuff, but you can't do the pinkies on, and me trying to be like, hey, because we can't make assumptions because we do have sorority sisters who are non-black. So I said, unless you're a member of the sorority. And she was like, I said, are you? She's like, maybe. And I was,
And when she said maybe, you was like, maybe not.
I said, well, how do you become one? I said, well, have you gone to college yet? Let's start there. I said, when you go to college, perhaps you can become a member. And so I was like, have you gone to college yet? No. And then so we were like, where are you from? Australia. I was like, okay. All righty. Listen, as long as we're straight here, I'm sure she's going home and doing all the stuff too. Anyway.
Listen, they recorded. Now, Patrice, she was there with you. She said it was her husband and he was fine. We were chatting with him while she was over trying to learn the dances.
That might have been another one, girl. It was so many. They were admiring. Like one older lady. When I tell you she had so much joy in her face watching us, like she was like she just
Like she was about to double dutch. She wanted to jump in.
like she wanted to join it because she was like, look, and I guess I don't know. I often wonder in the spirit of American fiction, I often wonder what these people are thinking happens in our lives um, on a regular basis. Like maybe they think we're all downtrodden and we're typically dealing with gang violence and drive-by shootings on a daily basis. So when they see us actually in moments of joy, they're like, look at that. They're so happy. I'm so happy that they're so happy. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, okay. There was a bunch of them from Australia out there. They were getting it though.
They probably are on their holiday time.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
anyway, we have diverted all the way off the topic list.
we
We have
ain't
the
off the
most
topic because that's a folly. Follies are things that's silly and like really make you laugh. My God, honey.
well.
Yeah, we make everything seem fun. And exactly from our style of dress to the way we wear our hair, child. Because I bet you how many dreadlock people you saw.
I didn't see a lot of
Oh,
locks.
okay. Because
No.
I know last time we went, the Caucasians like the dreads in Hawaii.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
didn't see a lot of
Yeah.
locks or
Hmm.
anything.
Anywho, all right, we got to talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
Oscar snubs. Now I did hear one with Goldberg said, "Look, everybody can't win, so it ain't a snub. This ain't your time. You can't win. You ain't get nominated. It is what it is. We only can vote for so many,
Hmm hmm
and there's a lot of hullabaloo about Barbie and director, and there's no women directors, and Greta didn't get nominated for direction. But did y'all see some of them? Like, I don't know if the directing was that hard in Barbie. I don't know because I don't know about directing. I'm just saying. Um, but it got some nominations. But if you like for best movie, like, am I disappointed that Color Purple didn't get more nominations and that Danielle Brooks is the only one from the cast nominated? I am because actually I do think Fantasia and Taraji deserve some sort of nomination because their overall performance, right? But I'm gonna tell you now,
But some
somebody,
sort of nomination. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
well,
Because I.
like you said, cinematography, for
Okay.
costume, for music. But again, when you're putting, because like at the Golden Globes, I think it was when you're putting Barbie as the best comedy and musical, and it wasn't supposed to be comedic or musical. I just kind of rubs me wrong. So there's a game that is played in the nomination process for any of these awards.
Hmm
Um, but I don't really feel like some of these things are snubs. Um, some of them I do think are oversight. But then as
hmm
you watch some of the movies, I mean, listen, I watched Killers of the Flower Moon. We started watching it over the holidays when we were home because my dad wanted to watch it, and I didn't finish watching it. And I watched it last week, and literally I had to go get in the bed. I had to take a shower and just go lay
That
in the
wasn't
bed.
last week, sister.
That was
Wasn't
last
that
week.
Friday? I mean, yes, technically last week, but Really, it was 2 days ago.
No, that was last week, not
That
Friday.
wasn't Friday?
No.
Okay, I thought that was Friday.
It was last week. So I mean, but literally, it shut me down because I was like, Lord. And then I started looking and researching, and shut me all the way down.
Yes, it
American
did.
fiction. Listen, some of y'all don't know about, as my sister and I were having a conversation, some of y'all don't know who Stagger Lee or Olivia, about Stagger Lee or Olivia. If you know about Stagger Lee or Olivia, you got all of American fiction, and you definitely know that should, and you definitely walked away like, as soon as we walked out the movie, I said, oh, Sterling K. Brown is going to get an Oscar nomination. Jeffrey Wright deserves one too because he played that role so well, and a lot of the acting is in the face,
Right.
it's in the expressions, it's not in always in the dialogue. But baby, as soon as I walked out there, I was, oh, Sterling deserves to get it and win. Now I haven't seen Oppenheimer, so I know Robert Downey Jr. has been winning all the awards. I don't know what it's gonna look like
I
with the rest of the competition.
So I guess the question becomes, because you said Fantasia and Taraji should have
So,
been
oh,
nominated for something.
Danielle says she thinks Danielle was word. I can't agree with the other two. Okay. Patrice says Jeffrey Wright is
Oh,
so
Jeffrey
underrated.
Wright has been so underrated.
Oh,
I mean, since he
absolutely.
played MLK, I was like, that people don't even talk about his MLK version.
No.
I'm like, yeah. But I think the question becomes, and listen, I don't know what people look for. Like you and I said, first of all, it starts with what is submitted,
Did
right?
it for.
So, um, and they
And
have
the campaign behind it.
and the campaign behind it, right? And but I also think so. I'll start here. What's interesting to me that Margot Robbie was not nominated for best supporting actress, or for, I mean, best actress, but that Ryan Gosling is nominated for, let me get his actual nomination, for best supporting actor. And so that was interesting to me, because it's like, in order for him to have been best supporting actor, shouldn't he have had something to play off of? I guess so. That is interesting. Not saying that Margot Robbie should have been nominated for Best Actress, but then the question, I just don't know that. I'm wondering why he was nominated, honestly, for Best Supporting
But
Actor.
America Ferrera was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And I know, she was nominated for
On
one
that
clip.
one scene, yeah, exactly. Um, Jeffrey Wright definitely. I think the thing with Jeffrey Wright, this is gonna sound crazy. I just think he's such a good actor that he just becomes the person, so you don't even feel like he's acting, and
Acting.
maybe that's part of his problem. Maybe that's why he hasn't been, because others, we know they're acting. Like, even when they talked about who did I say earlier, Bradley Cooper and Maestro or what have you, they were like, he embodied.
He did a great job. He did an absolutely great job. But Carey Mulligan for Maestro might win. I will say
Mhm,
that. She did a better job. He did a great job. She did a better job.
mhm,
So when the best actor, I've seen 4 of the 5 movies. I've seen Maestro, I've seen Rustin, I've seen The Holdovers, and I've seen American Fiction. So I haven't seen Killian Murphy's performance, but that is a stacked category because I think Coleman Domingo embodied Rustin
yeah,
as
and
well.
that's what I was gonna say. So that's the thing. Coleman Domingo embodied Rustin. Bradley Cooper, I guess, the embodied, what is Leonard Bernstein. I hadn't seen
Mm-hmm.
it.
And he listen, but
But Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction, it's like, you he's not acting. You're like, no, he's had these experiences in life.
because
He's
you was
been
like, I done had the same
this
experience in
experience, right?
life.
Exactly. And so maybe that's the part that makes it so hard for some people. They want to see this huge transformation, this big leap, in order for you to get a nomination. And in this, I mean, I would say, I don't know that Jeffrey Wright had to make a big leap, because I am sure he is very intimately aware of what it is, especially being in Hollywood, of what it is to have this constant conversation of, am I selling out, or is this what the people are asking for? Like, should I do it, where's the
Everything that Cat Williams talked about, honey. Y'all can say, listen, I was watching that.
And Coleman Domingo obviously does not get nominated. He got nominated for Rustin, but didn't get it for
Color
his role
Purple.
in Color Purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, maybe they just felt out of the two, he definitely embodied Rustin, but it wasn't there for them. I don't know. It's again, it's so very subjective.
I don't know either, but
And
I
it
will
also
say,
depends on the timing. Timing is everything. Because if you're in a crowded field, it's hard.
because Origin didn't get nominated at all. In none of the
Are you
sequel.
sure this is this cycle? It's not going to be next year's cycle for them?
No, I think it's this cycle because it came out in uh
Let's see.
I think they had limited release in December because they wanted it to be in this cycle. Yeah. And
Okay.
it didn't get nominated at all. So now Lakeisha says that I never watched the movies that are nominated for Oscars, have never even seen Barbie. I think you would actually be surprised and probably enjoy Barbie. So Barbie, I went to see Barbie because of course my daughter wanted to see
No,
Barbie.
so
So
sister, I'm sorry. This says Origin. It premiered on September 6, 2023, but it has limited theatrical release on January 19th and wide release for January 26th. I think it might have missed this one though. I'm guessing. I have to see what the
no, but what did you say about September?
that was the premiere, but it wasn't the full
But that's
release.
the thing. It premiered in 2023 because she was trying to get it in that cycle.
Um,
Keep
okay,
looking.
I'm gonna keep looking.
But I
Go
will
ahead.
say this, if you haven't watched, so The Holdovers is streaming on Peacock. The Holdovers is excellent. And the sister who she is she's not nominated. Yeah, she is nominated. Divine Joy Randolph. She's nominated for The Holdover. She was phenomenal in that. And she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And when you put the whole movie in context, and I love Danielle Brooks. I haven't watched Not yet. It's on Netflix. I have to watch it. This Oppenheimer need 3 hours of my life, so I don't know about that just yet. But when I look in the full context of the movie and what I know right now, I think Divine might win. And I know she's already won a Critics' Choice and she already won Golden Globe. She might win this Oscar too because the sister
And what
does a
movie
good
is
job.
it?
The Holdovers.
The Holdovers. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, it says honoring movies released in 2023. So I don't know if since it didn't get released till 2024. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
But the bottom line, like you said, is we to me snubs. There have been snubs before. I'm not going to say there's no snubs in the past. I do think there was absolutely a time the original Color Purple, I would say, was absolutely snubbed. And I honestly, foolish as I thought, maybe thought that they would try to make up for it this go round. And clearly they did not. So, but I also understand that
I mean, especially since they tried to give La La Land all the awards that year.
they,
I'm just
well,
saying.
when was that? That was a few years. That was when Moonlight won
Yeah,
a
that was
few
when
years ago.
Moonlight won, but,
And
but
that was
La
a
La Land had
surprise.
been winning awards that
Right,
night. Yeah.
so much so that the man said La La Land and was like, "Oh, sorry,
All right. Well, he didn't say sorry. The guy was like, nope, it doesn't
no,
say La La Land. It says
it says
Moonlight.
Moonlight." Right, which was a shock for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that was what's his name? God, dog. Annette Benning's husband played Dick Tracy. Warren Beatty.
Yeah,
That's
wait,
who it was.
yes.
Girl, it took me a second. I had to think about it.
So anyway, well, so that's some more feuds and follies.
That's some more Feuds and Follies. I mean, I'd say, look, there is so much talent and everything ain't for everybody. So, um, I am currently listening to the audiobook for The Color Purple. Ooh, don't judge me. Don't, girl, don't
I
worry.
am
We
too.
did. We started too. Yeah.
I am too. And let me just say this, Lakeisha. There is a whole nother story that it's just so many other stories that haven't even been told. And I'm like literally like the fact like
They could have did multiple movies.
right. I like the fact that I grew up, like I said the other day to you, my first introduction to the color purple was the first movie. And what year was that? 80,
85.
85. So I was still relatively young. So I wouldn't have necessarily been reading the book at that time. So obviously, that was my introduction. That's what became the cultural phenomenon for us. I
Mhm.
mean, let's face it, we all quote color purple stuff, right?
Absolutely.
So that's our thing, and I'm okay with it. I don't want it to be a swag surfing. Okay. So I want to
You
keep
don't want it to be the new viral trend.
right. So I want to I
But we
want to
had no
keep
business.
it um as ours. And then, like we said, we saw the musical, and so now as a mature person listening to it, not only am I like, I really need everybody to have known that even in the first movie, Suge Avery and Miss Seeley had a relationship. Like,
I don't know how people missed that from the first one.
because what Lakeisha just said, we had no business even watching it. We just thought they were friends. When she put her hand on her little leg there, that was just friendship.
And when they kissed in the mouth, yes, that was
But
just
she ain't
friendship.
kiss in the mouth. They just pet.
Stop it.
The people.
Okay.
Listen, you had the fools like Boosie talking about he had to leave out, and I was
Right.
just like, boy, shut up. How you got a whole?
Gone.
How do you have children who, or at least a daughter who is in the LGBTQ plus community, and you talk about you had to leave out of the movie because you saw two women kiss, like in your big age?
At your big age.
Stop it.
That's why he's swag surfing on the sideline by himself.
I gotta
Because
go find this video.
let me find this video.
But
I don't know. I just think that, art is so subjective and
right, yeah, right, exactly.
never mind. Okay. Art is so subjective that I think um what's amazing to me, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, whether it's in the art, whether it's in all of these things that we talked about tonight, people want to see friction. People thrive on creating feuds in their mind. And sometimes the person that they battling is the one who they see every day in the mirror. I don't think Nicki Minaj is really battling Megan Thee Stallion. I think she's battling Nicki Minaj.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an internal struggle. I don't think that the people who feel like they're having to defend and support Britney Spears is because they ain't dealing with some stuff in their own life. I think that's why a lot of these feuds and follies that we talked about tonight is really that people are not dealing with themselves. So I'm either distracting myself, I'm either ignoring, I'm trying to, I'm going on a philosophical level on this conversation right now. But I think that's why a lot of this stuff that we see.
Yeah. Well, I would say some of those fans, I would say the Britney Spears fans at least, some of them know again that Britney was not well, and they literally were making death threats to the judge who
Yeah.
was in charge of her case because at the end of the day, she was trying to do what she's supposed to do in her legal profession, and you're upset because you're a fan.
Right.
And some of y'all know that she was not doing well. Brittany was not in a good place.
Right.
And if the knives, if the dancing with the knives and the pulling dogs in the background is any indication, she's still struggling with some things. And some people are trying to make themselves feel less bad about having gone being so hard about Brittany has been wronged, she's been wronged, and she's been wrong. I'm not saying she hadn't been wrong, but maybe there was more to the story than they knew. So
Right.
some of this is them trying to act like they supporting her because y'all jump in at times that you don't need to jump in.
Right.
But the Nicki Minaj comment is spot on. I mean, she is fighting her own demons because you say that the man was 16 years old. I'm gonna say this: if he was 16 and you were accused of raping a 16-year-old, then there's no way that if this is my husband and I have the money and the fame that we're not going to say, well, no, that we gotta take a relook at this situation. If you were
Mm-hmm.
16 years old and she was 16 years old, like we're not just gonna be filing for you to be a the on the sex offender registry every year. There might have been, I mean, in New York, miscarriages of the law. Come on, that's not a new thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that it's yeah, she having some internal battle. But last but not least, battle that I want to talk about, didn't have it up there. Um, your boy Trump and Eugene say, "Run me my coins, run me my coins. This is what I want." EG said, "You came for the battle, I came for the war,
Oh,
sir."
hello.
And the people have awarded her 83.3 million, as I recall.
Uh-huh.
Run her coinage.
Run her the coins.
And then
Every single one.
every single time he go to court,
He
he
can't keep his mouth shut.
but he makes about $1 million in donations, give or take. He got 91 indictments, is it?
It's something like that.
So he got 91 other opportunities to go to court. Run her coins. You got 91 times to make $1 million. You could still run that lady her 83.3.
Girl, listen. Now you want to talk about you want to talk about a feud. Cause another thing, he can't keep his mouth shut.
Because he a hit dog.
Cause he a hit dog and he hollering. And that's why they came back with such a high reward, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like, no, because we tired of you and we don't want to hear no more from you, and you keep doing it, and we done with you. And yes, and he's
And
a
I
hit
can't
dog, and he
and I can't
hollering,
speak for the
and he's
whole
going to appeal, and he's going to try to appeal, and then he's going to file for bankruptcy like one Rudolph Giuliani, and to get away from paying. But the people have spoken.
the people have, like I say, I can't speak for the whole state of New York, but that doggone Manhattan is tired of Rudolph and Donald.
Mm-hmm.
They are tired of them, and they have shown it. And so, pay those election workers and pay Eugene.
Yes. Oh, child, listen. Okay. We done hit our time, child. Let me see what's that.
Yes, we
Yes,
have.
pay the lady, honey. Pay the lady. And appeals cost 16% upfront money. I don't know how much the appeals
I don't
cost,
know.
child. I don't know what it costs.
I try to stay out the court system.
Amen. Hallelujah. But what we haven't talked about and we're gonna have to talk about is how they coming after Fawny.
Oh yeah, they coming after Phony.
We're gonna talk
Listen,
about that. We're gonna talk about
are we
that.
gonna talk about that on another
It's
day? We're gonna
another day. It's a part
okay.
of Feuds and Follies, but again,
Talk about it another day. You said you're gonna talk
ooh,
about
we
it
gotta
another
talk
day.
about
Go
another.
wrap it
Y'all
up
look,
now.
thank y'all for tuning in tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, sister, as we discussed all the foolishness and the Feuds and Follies and the high topics today. As we said, check for those of you who came on a little later. Check out our new website. Order a T-shirt. Get your
Shout
hey
out
sister. How
again,
you doing?
Jessica.
Shout out to Jessica one more time. Absolutely. Thank you so much. 10 more minutes. Keisha said 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay. Okay.
Oh, listen, don't even ask me how I read that. I was like 10 months. Okay, all right. I didn't even know.
Girl, she said 10 more minutes. She want to hear about this fun. Listen, Phony and that man. Now, ain't been no +1 all on the 10. Okay, listen. Okay, Phony and this man. This prosecutor that she hired. Now, of course, he happened to be the only black special
Person.
prosecutor that she
Yes.
hired. But allegedly, the word on the street from his wife is that they got a thing. Me
on.
and Mrs. Willis, not Mrs. Jones, got a thing going on.
And didn't they take some trips? That's what the people say. They took a trip or two.
So Fawny has put, if that's true,
Allegedly, yes.
if it's true, we know that it is a distraction tactic, and we know that it is a distract, to besmirch your character. We know all the games, but we knew that going in, sis. And since we knew that going in, I don't know if you're gonna be able to Latoya Cantrell the situation and just continue to plow on through.
I don't want to say that about Toya.
I'm just saying comparative, because Latoya just plowed on through and just kept with her thug life.
She did, but then her post.
It's not illegal at all. It's not illegal. I don't know what the ethics are. I don't know what the ethics of the profession are. It definitely does look bad.
And that's
Trips past tense and some alleged planning upcoming. Listen, I don't know. Got to be. It got to be. You can't be out here like that. I don't know. She hasn't denied it and had a church speech instead of a press conference. Yes, she did. She went to the church house.
She did go to the church house. And
we always got to go to the church house.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm gonna let let TD live. I'm just saying.
What better place?
I'm too close to that TD story. I know a little too much. Let me shut up. Okay.
What better place to go than the church?
What better place to go than the church?
Who's going to accuse you of being a cheater at church?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, but how many other cheaters are in church? Lots of them.
So, I mean, we didn't even talk about the pastor with the they was trying to get him out.
Talked about the pastor who got arrested because the little girl who was pregnant,
came up there and attacked his wife.
But the wife said she's sticking by her man. He not the pastor.
He said the point is, Jesus still working on him.
Right. But the point, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I thought it was interesting she went to church instead of having a press conference. But of course, our first, black people are very forgiving.
Here, this is what I'm going to say. But what we know is that knowing going in, the level of scrutiny.
You got to be more careful again.
So we know that. However,
if we were able to put on the cloak of thuggery, as we want,
if we were able to walk with the audacity of caucasity,
we would be able to say,
of a Donald John Trump, thrice divorced.
Right. She would be able to say, and what you been doing?
Yeah. And that's what I really want her to say.
She would be able to say, you sound like the pot calling the kettle black, and that ain't racism.
How about that?
But we know
she will be able to rise up in her shoulders and say a few things, but we know that's not how this works.
She would say, Rudy Giuliani, when you cheating on that woman, when you was the mayor and you was in the people's house in New York, the place where the people was paying their taxpayer money for you to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she'd be able to say
that. It would have been easier, Keish. It would have been easier.
Well, and
because see, that's the part. That's the part.
At the end of the day, what she does, what she has done, it has nothing to do with the fact that this man called these people on the phone
Mm-hmm.
loud and proud in
Mm-hmm.
all his caucasity and said, I
Mm-hmm.
only need 11,000 something votes.
Mm-hmm. That's
Or
right.
paraphrase.
It has it, and the evidence that they've collected, the interviews that they've done, the data that they have should not be undermined, and they don't care about it being undermined. It's only to make you, sister, look bad.
Yep.
And full circle moment, and that's the beauty of the movie American
American
Fiction.
fiction. Yes, it is.
So
So
with
go
that
see
being
it.
said, we did exactly 10 minutes. Peace, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.